Hi, folks. Sorry about that. So, the folks at Naxos have let us know that our video was not permitted because apparently they own the rights to JS Box music, or at least the partita that you played. That's never happened to us before. Naxos, if you're listening, Bach has been dead for hundreds of years. So that is clearly, the sheet music for that is in the public domain. And we're hopeful that our next pieces will be permitted to be performed. So we're just hoping for that. Maybe we shouldn't mention names anymore. But thank you, Naxos, for that. That was very lovely of you. So, you know, we've got recordings that are being produced outside as well. We're going to just try. We're going to go ahead with our recording because we've got some beautiful music ready. So we'll see what happens. Naxos, are we live? No? Well, it might be on your end too, because it's showing that we're live on mine. Okay. And we've got the red light, so we'll see. Okay. Lauren, if you're out there watching, can you just give me a thumbs up? This has never happened before. Yeah, it's showing live on my end, Pat. Okay. Okay, we're good. So we're back. Sandro played some beautiful Bach for us that was interrupted. Let's just see what happens, shall we? Yeah. This next piece is very much not like Bach. Yeah, and I don't want to say names just in case, but beautiful, beautiful piece of music that you're going to hear from a famous sister that died way too young. Let's see, for the music historians out there, they might be able to place who this person is. Famous teacher, composer, taught many American composers. Yeah. I don't want to say too much more.
One of the few to win
the Grand Prix, right?
Yes.
The Parisian Grand Prix. Mm-hmm. So that's all we're going to say.
That's all, yeah.
I really hope that this makes it through.
We'll see.
We'll see. Sandro, you played beautifully. We are thrilled to have you.
Thank you.
This might just be a reason for us to have these in person from now on. I don't know. We'll figure it out. All right, here we go, shall we? I hope we're still live. It looks like we may be. I'm still seeing a red button showing that we are live. I'm just checking my phone. It looks like we're good. Okay, sorry about your Bach being interrupted by Naxos, who is a wonderful CD company that I will no longer be purchasing CDs from. That piece was by Lily Boulanger, an amazing nocturne, just beautiful romantic writing.
First movement of a two movement piece.
Right.
Very small, but really quite beautiful. You can hear lots of colors and just like lots of harmonies, particularly from that period of time. That's so
just right on
distinctive.
The verge, turn of the century.
Yeah.
It's like it's romantic, yet that first taste of modernism that was so exciting. People like Shostakovich and Copland and all of these composers that just write stunning, amazing music.
Yeah.
You know, and it's funny, I play Shostakovich for my kids or Stravinsky, and you know, they say things like, oh, this sounds like movie music. But you know, back at the time, this music, people were tearing apart theaters because they didn't like the sound of it.
Yeah.
And it's nowadays, you know, we think of it as, oh, that's a lovely little piece. But back then it was truly trend-setting and quite modern. Speaking of trend-setting, our next piece is William Grant Still, Suite for Violin, the second movement. And tell folks, you had mentioned some of the amazing things that William Grant Still did.
Surprisingly, I am surprised that William Grant Still is not more well known because his music it's really good. And I discovered it when I did the Sphinx competition back in 2006, and so they introduced me to the piece. Since then, I've read things like he's one of the first African Americans to have his symphony be performed by a major American orchestra, and he was also the first African American conductor of the LA Phil, as I understand. I think his symphony was performed by the Rochester Philharmonic, conducted by Howard Hanson, and so he had a lot of first. So it's quite surprising to me that someone like him is not very much well known and part of the standards of the American music.
Right, and it's so important that we highlight. I mean, we just played a piece by a female composer, now an African American composer, because now more than ever. We need to value diversity.
Absolutely.
So thank you for bringing this piece to us today. This is a beautiful piece. I can't wait to dig in. Shall we do it?
Absolutely. And by the way, this is the second movement, like you said, and the title is Mother and Child. And when you hear it, you will see why it's called Mother and Child.
beautiful writing. Oh, what a gem of a piece. We have to do the rest of that at some other point, for sure.
The whole thing is really
I'm
nice.
hoping we're still live. It looks like we are. Okay, we're live. Yay! Hi, Facebook. Sorry about earlier. If you tuned in, we are thrilled to have Sandro Leal Santiesteban with us. Sandro is a Pittsburgh-based violinist, originally from Havana, Cuba. Sandro, you've been here in the US since 2001. You studied at Eastman, and now you're playing with Resonance Works. You play with the Erie Philharmonic. Who else do you play with?
I was also a section violin at the West Virginia Symphony.
In Charleston.
In Charleston, yeah.
And
I play, and I also play in Pittsburgh occasionally with the Pittsburgh Festival Opera. That happens like during the summer. So.
With our dear friend Marianne Cornetti, congratulations on your new post, Marianne. What a time to take over an arts organization. Oh boy.
That's quite challenging, yep.
So you play all over, it's wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful. And we are thrilled to have you with us. Our next piece, it seems like we're okay now. I gave Naxos a dirty warning. I will no longer buy your CDs, Naxos. And there aren't too many of us still buying CDs, so you want to keep us in your good favor. Our next piece is a very, very famous work by one of my favorite composers, Rachmaninoff, the Vocalese. Shall we dig in?
Sure.
dramatic, so chunky. And I gotta say, even when I threw in an A sharp, you just played an A sharp for me. So thank you. That did not go unnoticed. For folks at home, don't worry. I know you're all following your scores closely at home. Hey, so thank you so much for being here with us. People that are watching at home might be wondering why we're wearing pajamas for a recital. This was a tradition that got started, probably, I don't know, 10 or 11 recitals ago when we were helping to raise money for our CCD, Community Development Food Bank. We were raising money and food for our food drive. Now we are helping with their community garden. We have lots of ways to give. If you've liked what you've heard so far, make sure you hit share. We've got one piece left. If you enjoyed what you've heard today, we also urge you to click on the donate button. There was a link posted a little while ago, and all of our recitals have been funded by our viewers at home and your generosity. So we thank you so much for that. Sandro, you want to tell folks what they're going to hear for our last piece?
Absolutely. The last piece is Bartok's Romanian folk dances. It's rather short, but here I can tell you that all 6 actually have like a little description here. The first one is Jocul Shubata, and I don't know if this is correct, but it's a dance with sticks or a game played with a stick from Mesozaval, district of Maros Torda in Transylvania. Merry and energetic with a gaily syncopated melody. That's the first one. The second one is a waist dance dance. The word actually means a cloth belt worn by men or women. That's broad, the first word. From Egres, district of Torontal, now a part of Yugoslavia. And it's quick and with a tutu measure. Number 3 is Pelok, a stamping dance, translation on the spot. Undoubtedly a dance in which a participant does not move from a certain location, from Egres, rather slow with a steady step and a melodic notable for small intervals. And it's sort of kind of like a bagpipe, so the violin uses harmonics for this. The number 4 is Busiumana, hornpipe dance from Bucium, the district of Torda Araños in Transylvania. It's graceful in 3/4 measure with a haunting melody. And number 5 and 6 are, the first one is Romanian polka, which is a bit slower, and the Manutelul is a quick dance. And it's a fast dance using very small steps and movements. So
Fantastic. And for folks at home, Sandro, you had mentioned earlier that you are also recording because you have a YouTube channel.
I do.
So for the things that we missed, they might be able to find on your YouTube channel. How do we find that?
And you can just find under my name, Sandro Leal Santiesteban. I realize it's quite long, but you won't find many.
No other Sandro Leal Santiesteban that I know of.
It's just my first name and my last name.
And you know what? We'll post that in the comments later after the recital, so that people who might want to hear your Bach will get the chance to hear that. I was scorned by someone who helps us with our running of all the technology. She's at home awaiting a new refrigerator. Sorry, Lauren, I won't be mean to Naxos anymore. But that was pretty crummy. It's Bach, for Pete's sake. So, with that being said, let's play some bar talk and let's close this thing out, shall we?
Sure thing.
Sandro, before we go, this has been a pleasure. We've known each other for years, probably 4 or 5 years, maybe even longer. And this is the first chance we've got to work together. So hopefully...
It's been an honor and a pleasure.
This has been an honor for us, and this won't be the last time we work together.
Thank you.
Shall we have some fun?
Absolutely.
Let's dance. with us.
Thank you, Brian.
Thank you for tuning in. Sorry about the disruption at the beginning that kind of threw everything off, but look up Sandro's YouTube a little bit later, and you can see the entire recital there. Thank you so much. Next week we have soprano Danielle Paston, who is with the Pittsburgh Opera and has sung all over the world. So we will welcome Danielle to us. There's no graceful way for me to get to the camera, so I'm just gonna do it. Thank you once again for being here, Sandro.
Thank you, everyone.